episode of Don't Let It Stu. It's midweek. It's Wednesday. I'm with Giorgio Takanakis, and we are here to break down kind of some hot topics. We're going to talk about Salt Lake City. What a great episode it was last night. And we'll talk a bit about BravoCon too and what's coming up this weekend. So stay tuned. It's coming all up. Hi, George.
Am I George now? We just dropped the EO.
George,
I'm demoted. I'm friend of now. I'm just a friend of the show.
Did I not say Giorgio the first time or George the second time?
No, you did it both. Yeah. You really want me to be George? We can totally go with it though. It's fine. I'm good. I'm obviously last minute trying to sort out packing for Vegas because I'm leaving tomorrow morning early. Like my flight's at 7 a.m. So
boom, same with me. Mine's at 7 too.
But yeah, so that I haven't even started. I pulled stuff, like I have a rack of stuff that I'm going to go through and like just throw in the luggage. But yeah, just a lot of stuff going on and like trying to recap stuff and pack and not lose my mind.
Oh God, I know. I was like panicking this morning. I'm going with Jamie Rice. We're kind of hanging out a lot when we'll be there. But we just a panic thing with like our hotel this morning. We thought we had a hotel, but we didn't have a hotel. And it just didn't happen this morning. It's all good. So now we're just staying at the Wynn. So it's like, it's fine. I mean, it's beautiful. It's gorgeous. I'm happy. It was going to be Caesars. And then
that's the one that's right next to Caesars, isn't it?
It's down a bit. Like it's down, like you have like the Four Seasons at the top and then we're at the bottom. So it's like, it's be a taxi over to the Forum, whatever, to Caesars.
Okay.
When on Friday. And I'll see you at the event on a dry bar, whatever.
Yes.
On Friday.
With Dorinda. Yeah, that'll be fun.
With Dorinda, yeah. So, isn't it so funny we share the same manager? Like I've known her for years because of that. So
is
like Jason
that's crazy.
Yeah. I've had like Jason doing my stuff for like 15, 16 years, ever since I did Food Network back in the day. And then he took on Dorinda maybe like before pandemic, maybe like she's probably 5, 6, 7 years now.
Oh wow.
I think he has her. So yeah.
It's working for her.
We'll get to see. Yeah, it is. He's doing good stuff with her. Yeah. What I just sent to you right now, everybody, the trailer for Devil Wears Prada 2 is out. I was fucking shaking watching it. Like I've waited 20 years for this.
It was so good. It was just enough.
Oh, yeah.
Like
I didn't want any more.
No, it's too far out, but it's enough for now.
Yeah.
I'm really excited for this. I'm not usually excited for sequels, by the way, because I always feel like it gets washed out, but I feel like this one's going to be good.
Yeah. I think so too. I think, look, they've waited long enough. The fans want it. They can't fuck it up. It can't be shit. Like, they must have made sure, like, the story is good and so forth. What do you take for when she gets in the elevator? Like, do you think now she works closely alongside her or still works for her? Or does she work in another company in the same building?
I wonder if it's that maybe it's another magazine in the same building, or she's become like an editor under, like kind of, or maybe there's like, maybe she's overseeing a different division of the magazine or whatever, because there's so much time that's passed, so you can totally create realistic evolution,
Yeah, because it's like, what, she's been in the business now, we'll say like 15 years if you were to like fast forward. I mean, Miranda Priestley, she looks like fucking
Anne Hathaway.
No, Meryl Streep.
Oh, Meryl Streep. Yeah. Glenn Close.
It's exactly the same. It's fucking crazy. When she takes off the glasses, I was like, oh my God, it's like 20 years ago. It's amazing. Anyway, May cannot come fast enough next year. It really can't. So Kim K didn't pass the bar. And now she's pissed off at all those psychics that told her that she was going to pass the bar.
Yeah, but you know what? It's not that they were necessarily like full of shit. I think it could be that they see her passing the bar, and maybe like with anything, when you get a reading, we make choices and decisions that could change and alter the outcome. So I don't think it's fair to say they're all bullshit. I think it's a hard thing to pass. Like, I think across the board, anybody would say that. So I commend her for continuing on, because stuff like that would just demotivate me, you know?
Yeah, she'll get it. I think she was just kind of disappointed. Probably, maybe she misheard them then. Like, they're all saying, and like to get 4 sidekicks to ask you, like, I mean, do you think like because you're so confident you're going to pass it, like all those sidekicks, that you're like, maybe you don't work as hard then? Because you're like, well, they said I'm going to pass it. So maybe I just need to put in the minimum effort.
I believe it was that, but I also believe they tap into that stuff for manifestation purposes as well. I think a lot of it is more than just a reading, if you will.
Sure. I guess it's kind of more of like a hot topic instead of like a get it off your chest. I don't think anything's kind of annoying me this week. Nothing's kind of like, I mean, people are still running red lights. I was talking about that there a week ago. Someone just ran a red light last night. I went to a Los Angeles magazine party last night. I literally went for one drink and I went home, and just people running red lights. Again, I don't know what it is.
I have to say, I don't know if you've seen this on TikTok. I am not familiar with this creator, so that's how big this whole space is. But this creator, I guess, did a lot of live streaming on TikTok. And as we all know, when you're live on TikTok specifically, you're not allowed to drive. Like, you can't be in a moving vehicle or they will cancel your live. So I guess this creator had put like a green screen backdrop behind her to kind of deter TikTok from noticing that she was driving. And she has her kids in the back seat. And while on live, I shit you not, she runs over a man. He's dead.
What?
He's dead, by the way. This all happened on live. You could hear it. The kids are like, "Who was that, mommy?" Like, you hear her being like, "Oh, like, it was." But I say that, obviously, that like, my condolences to that man and his family and how tragic. But also, it really ticks my nerves. And then we can move on. But it really gets on my nerves, like, people on TikTok specifically, I feel, that have any sort of following, 5 digits and up, they start to feel like they are Meryl Streep, right? And I'm not speaking on anyone specifically, but I've been to a lot of events, right? And you meet people that you see online, and they think that they are bigger than what they actually are. And I feel like, going back to this situation, I see a lot of people doing stuff online, and it's like wild to me, but like, this really kind of made me stop dead in my tracks, because it gave me chills, because I'm like, someone literally lost their life for no reason. Absolutely no reason. You know what I mean?
She was distracted completely, just fucking doing a TikTok because she was probably bored. She's probably, I can knock one out here on in the car while I'm just.
Well, she's a live streaming channel, I assume, so that is part of her, I guess, thing. But it's like, you couldn't wait till you got home. Also, you had kids in the car. How reckless! How reckless! But anyways, so that I needed to get off my chest, because that's been on my TikTok feed the last couple days, and it's just blown my mind how crazy people will take things to get content. But anyways,
it always like terrifies me at nighttime, especially. I usually get into bed at like 9 o'clock and actually fall asleep at like 12 after I watch 3 hours of TikTok and just like go down rabbit holes. But like, I always freak out when I'm like scanning, and then like I look at there's things that Sudan now is on my thing, and the people are dying in Sudan, and I'm like, oh no, and then I'm just terrified like a video will come up and someone being decapitated or something. Do you know what I mean? You're just like, you
don't know what you're gonna get. No, I know, and I don't want to hear anything like that either. I mean, like, I'm not saying that those things, if needed to be shown, need to be shown to prove something, but like, it's just it's very like traumatizing.
Yeah, it's just like I don't mind reading stories and stuff like that on CNN or news reports and stuff. I don't want to see graphics. I just don't. Like that streamer running over somebody, like that I would, if I saw that or heard that noise or something, it would just, I don't know. This really interested me, this story, and I sent it to you as well before we got on here. And this is insane, because I've actually looked it up and stuff, and people are actually doing it, and I know somebody. I don't know somebody. I met somebody that told me, yes, they do that, and it does work. So people are rubbing onion juice on the scalp. It helps regrow hair, even in male pattern baldness within just 8 weeks. I should have been doing that before I got my hair transplant.
Do you feel like the hair transplant made a difference?
Yes. Yeah, definitely in the crown of my head. Yeah.
So you did it more in the crown?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. But they kind of did like what, 2,400 grafts. Like they said I needed like 1,200, but they gave me 2,400 because they were like doing it because I was posting about it and they wanted like a nice full look and all that stuff, right? So it definitely helped for sure because I don't use fibers anymore in the back of my head.
Okay.
I don't have to.
Okay.
So over time, like, you know, it gets like better, or like it kind of increases over the year, but you still take like your finasteride and your minoxidil and all that stuff anyway. Like, it doesn't mean you don't take that stuff anymore because you don't want to lose it again, or, you know, as you get older and so forth. So it was great. Yeah, and it was painless. It was so easy. I got it done at Bosley, everybody. If anybody wants to know, DM me. I'll give you the information. But I'm like, do I try this onion juice now? But I was like, what about the smell?
Yeah, that's the only thing. Like, how often are you supposed to be doing this?
Like once a week, maybe, could be nice. Maybe like a Sunday, you do like your nice facials, you put on your creams, and then you do like onion juice.
What if you just like took a week off of life and locked yourself in the house and just like every 6 hours just put more and more and just put like a cap on to let it like really marinate in the follicles?
Yeah. Someone said you just stand in the shower and you don't put any shampoo or anything like that. You just let water like naturally just like take it away.
And that will magically take the smell away?
Yeah. And it doesn't, like for 5 minutes, it says. I looked it up because I was like, this is a problem. Before we get into Salt Lake City, that's not really big news. David Geffen and his ex, they reached a financial plan. I don't know. How much do you think he's going to get per month?
Probably closer to $100,000 because I think the $50,000 initially that was offered, he said wasn't going to cut it, essentially.
Imagine getting $100,000 a month.
Oh, listen. If you gave me $100,000 a month, I would go. You would never see me again, and I would not tell anybody where I lived, and I would just order everything I fucking want, and eat what I want, and live my life. Like, I wouldn't overspend, but like I also would treat myself. Not, like, you know what I mean?
I think, yeah, I would buy a nice house, like. Nothing insane, like nothing like in the Hollywood Hills or anything like that. Like, I'd buy a nice like craftsman house that's like a 3 or 4 bedroom. I'd need a fucking amazing kitchen. I'd probably build a studio in there so I could shoot videos because I still like doing that.
Mm-hmm.
So we would do that. Obviously, take a break.
Obviously,
because you can't just like have money and do nothing and just. I would need to do something. Like maybe I would start, like, you know, like maybe doing restaurants or start creating like a franchise or something like that with the money and play with it and have, you know, that's what I feel like I would do. I wouldn't be buying like 2 or 3 houses around the world, whatever. Like, you know,
I would probably buy something. I would probably buy something in like Mexico before I bought something here. Like, I would rent here. Yeah. I mean, we own here now, but I'm saying I wouldn't necessarily go spend that money on a purchase. I would purchase something nice outside of here that I could go visit.
There you go, everybody.
In case you guys care about what we would do with this $100,000 alimony that we're not getting.
Hey, it's a lot of money. Like, he won the lotto. I mean, to be with him though, God, I don't think that's worth $100,000 a month. But anyway, okay. Salt Lake City. These girls need awards. They just do.
When I tell you, I am so ecstatic when this show comes on because I know that I'm going to have a time, whether it's I'm laughing or I am Nancy fucking Drew with everyone else trying to figure out something, or I'm just like realizing things about certain cast members, specifically this season, that I'm like, oh, what do you got to fucking hide? You know what I mean?
I mean, first of all, before we even start into the episode, like, and run through it, but that mid-season trailer, like,
you know what they do? I feel like when the editors hit approve on that and it pushes out, they're like, fuck every other franchise. You guys can't make trailers like this. And it's true. I have to say, some of the best parts of this franchise are the trailers.
Yeah. It really is. I mean, like Beverly Hills trailer was just weak as shit. You know what I mean? It's
Did
just
you
like,
think so?
Did you think there was
So it was
drama?
giving me, see, this is what I
Todd's
think.
bisexual?
I think so when they give us trailers like that just give us enough taste, I feel like there's way more going on that they don't want to spill. That's my clue.
Okay, I'm gonna go with that.
Because they did give us, like, there's some stuff going on with the newbie, Amanda, I think her name is. She's going to be a problem starter, and this is what the franchise needs. And I think Rachel Zoe's going to throw people for a loop as well. I don't think people, if you're not familiar with her, then I don't think people would be as excited, but I'm excited. I think this is going to be, I will eat crow if this is not true, but I feel like this is going to give us the nostalgia of when Rinna came on in season 5.
Okay.
That's my feeling.
Is that when Rinna came on?
Season 5, just like on Melrose Place. She came on season 5 of Melrose Place. I swear to God.
I didn't know that.
Yes.
That's really funny. All right, let's get into Salt Lake. Okay, we start off. They're doing yoga. Brittany's like, it's a pile-on with me. I don't like it. Whatever, blah, blah. First of all, just before we start this, I've never seen so many lunches in my entire life on one episode.
There was so much food.
There were so many lunches. Like, there was everybody. I think the producers were like, okay, this is a great story. The plane ride, everything. We need to get, I think what we'll do is we'll plan it out. We'll have everybody meet each other so we can all put the stories together. And then, like, that will be the episode. Like, it was so easy for them to shoot that. Go ahead. What were you going to say?
I had a hunch because I know everyone, and I said it too. Yeah. Like, why didn't no one pull out a phone or any of that? But I'm gonna hold on it because I want to wait until we get to that part when we discuss it. Because I do have a hunch now that I've recapped it that I think could be a possibility.
I'm just trying to think. Like, we were at the breakfast table. That kind of starts up again. Meredith's like calling her pea brain and stuff. It is kind of insane, like, and it almost, like, not to bring it up, it's almost like an OC thing again with this bullying thing of one person. Like, she does something so, like, harmless as in, like, bring up a TikTok that's already out there, and now she's like the worst person in the world. It's like, really, like, they've all done this shit. It's like, I don't like when someone's held to a different standard that, you know, whatever. Not going to get into it.
No, I will. Here's my thing. I don't care if you've been on the show since the beginning. If you're continuing to stay on the show, you either play ball or get the fuck off the field. You don't start to layer in all this extra privacy and protection and different goalposts for you, and then Britney has to sit on the log and eat shit because she's a friend of and you're annoyed with her. Like,
yeah, it was just like, ugh, I don't know. It was just one of those things. And then Meredith, you know, she kind of says this crazy statement. She's like, you know, if all of you support her, I'm done with all of you too. And it's like,
okay, bye.
Like, what? Yeah, it's just like, no. Like that, I can't stand people and any people in my life. And I had a friend that wanted me to do this too. There was this guy I would always see. It's kind of funny. I would always see, like, out and about, and I knew him and stuff like that, and I knew him, you know, through other people, and even, like, my ex kind of knew him as well, and, you know, I'd always say hi to him. I wasn't, like, friends with him. I would just say hi. He was always very nice to me. Then I had another friend that apparently they used to work together back in the day and all that stuff, and she hated him. She's like, don't say hi to him. He was a fucking this to me. He did this to me and all that stuff. I'm like, okay. But I'm like, oh, I'm not best friends with him. I'm just like, whatever. We were out once. We were at, like, Soho House one day. He was sitting at the bar with his friend. I was at the other end of the bar with my friend, the one that doesn't like him. And I was like, hey, I'm going to go home, whatever. I got up. He clocked eyes with me. And he waved. And I went over there and, you know, said, hey, how are you? Nice to see you. I'm just on my way out. 2 minutes, tops, right? Well, she didn't talk to me for about a month after that. I was just like this. I said, I'm not fighting your fucking battles.
Unless someone,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, but I think the boundary that for that in that situation is, did the person harm me? like harm me mentally, physically, emotionally, then yes. If you want to continue on talking to someone like that in my presence, then no, I don't want to have anything to do with you. If it's I just don't like or care for this person, or I'm pissy about them,
I think it was like a work thing that did a falling out.
But then to me, that's not enough for you to bogart everyone from being able to communicate. And I hate when people do that, because it shows that you're juvenile in your like emotional awareness around things.
And I can tell he doesn't even remember that stuff from back in the day.
No.
Like he's like, what? Like, whatever. You know what I mean? Or she's holding on to something. It's just whatever. I just was like, I'm not. I said, I clocked eyes with him. I'm not going to ignore him when the last 7 times I've seen him out and about, I've said, hi, how are you? Nice to see you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm just not like that person. I pick a side. I just be friends with whoever you want to be friends with. I don't care. Like, you know what I mean? I just think life is too short. I just do. I think there's bigger issues out there. They mentioned on the breakfast, when they're at the breakfast before they got off the yacht, someone said gout dick. I missed that. Like, why did someone say gout dick again? Do you remember that?
I think it was in reference to they were talking about people's marriage, about Meredith and how Britney was basically trying to cause a problem, and that should be off limits. And I think, I don't remember who, I think it was Angie that chimed in and was like, and gout dick, right, to kind of dig at Lisa Barlow in the moment, because it's like, well, you talk shit too. But yeah, this is going to be interesting, because, you know, we're going to get to see the reversal POV on the next season of Below Deck for this last couple of episodes. So I'm kind of intrigued to see what else we get from that trip.
I thought it was very funny when they were asking, Mary, you need to say something, like say something about God or something like that. She's like, God, they're not going to listen to God. They don't even listen to themselves. They just want to get their point across. She's like, this is a disaster.
I love Mary.
She's the best. She's the best. Thank God she's on that show.
Oh my gosh.
And I feel like she's the biggest, like, and we'll get to it as well, she is the biggest truth teller. I don't think she has it in her to lie or exaggerate stuff, or, you know what I mean?
No, you know, I find myself laughing more so not at her, but with her, because sometimes she does say things that I have thought that I wouldn't say out loud, because I know how it would sound. But that's why I know she's being honest, because she says it quite literally as it is.
Okay. Yeah, I'm tending to be on Mary's side in this and believe her, and kind of believe the other girls too. We get to the airplane, the airport, the airplane. Why was there no cameras? Giorgio?
So here's I'm going to give my hunch, because I know everyone's like, oh, this was concocted, possibly. That's a possibility.
Sure.
Here's the other thing that I think people are not realizing is we live in a different state of being when you're like in this reality world. And I think Meredith did lose it. I believe that she did. Do I think that she 1000%. Yanked at Britney's hair? No, but do you know what I think did happen? When you get up, when you get up on the seat and you grab the sides of the seat in front of you, and if a woman so happens to be sitting and her head's back, you grab some of her hair, and when you pull yourself up, you end up accidentally maybe tugging at the hair, and you're like, oh my God, I'm so sorry, that's mortifying, whatever.
Yeah.
So I think in combination, she was acting out. I think, however bad it was, because if Lisa Barlow is co-signing on the fact that Meredith was acting out, but was trying to do it in the nicest way possible by like being like, she was just upset.
I just feel like Lisa Barlow is not the.
I think production
best person to tell the truth.
Did not want to have a liability on their hands. If for whatever reason, however she was acting, clearly was not great. So now they have to give it to us in this like narrated way where it's like, and then this person instead of this. That I believe they pulled them together and said, okay, everyone has to kind of give the same version, otherwise it's not going to work. Because there is no video, unless there is, and you're just never going to see the light of day. Because that to me is like, if there was a passenger and if I was in, there would be audio at the very least. You would be hearing something from me, like. That's why I think maybe production's worried about the liability issue, depending on what she was doing. Because if she was drunk, and I saw someone say it could have been an Ambien trip because of the fact that she doesn't remember.
Yeah.
And I'm rambling now, but I quickly want to point out that a long time ago, we flew to Hawaii for my sister's wedding. It was an 11-hour straight shot. I hate long flights. My brother-in-law at the airport was like, "Oh my gosh, just take an Ambien, have a glass of wine, and you'll essentially sleep the entire way."
Got a story too, yeah.
I am telling you right now, when we landed and I was still not really there, everyone that in my family that was seated next to me said that I roamed up and down and was taking everyone's food and going back to my seat and eating it with my eyes barely open. But I knew I was wanting, and I would do it. I did it to like 4 people. And I don't remember that. So that's why I'm saying perhaps she also maybe partook in like an Ambien. They said there was wine on the flight. So
she spilled the wine, she said. Well, Lisa said that she spilled the wine. I will say that, like, I took an Ambien once when I got my eyes lasered.
Oh,
when you get LASIK. And so they put, like, you know, the caps on your eyes, and you go, someone picks you up, and they drop you off home, and you just kind of lay on the couch, and you can't really see, and you have to just kind of go to bed as soon as you get home. So I did it kind of later in the evening, so I got home at like 5 o'clock. So I just kind of like laid there, and they give you Ambien. And so, I mean, I couldn't sleep straight away, so I took the Ambien. I had phone calls with about 5 different people for about an hour, about half an hour each time. I woke up. They're like, "Girl, you okay?" And I'm like, "What are you talking about? I'm fine." They're like, "We talked for like an hour and a half last night on the phone. Do not remember any of it."
Isn't that scary?
Crazy. Yeah.
Because, like, what? No, not to be dark, but like, what if you committed a crime and you really don't remember? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, that's scary to me.
Yeah.
So I don't do the Ambien anymore.
Never have that drug again.
I don't do the Ambien.
Yeah, I mean, even though, no. Even though, like, I have an issue sleeping and stuff like that, and you have to figure out another way of doing that. But like, I'd never take Ambien because it's like habit forming, I heard, and all this kind of stuff. So I'm just like, no, and I need to remember. You know, it's just like crazy. So then, okay, so now we've all to sit down. So Heather and Brittany sit down first. You know, I think that was really, Heather like believed her, like Brittany, but the pulling in the hair thing, I agree with you. She got up from the seat. Did she start yanking the seat and stuff like that? No, but I feel like she did it aggressively when she got up to go to the bathroom.
1000%.
Gave it a good shove. Yeah, absolutely. So we have Heather now that's on her side. She said, "I'm going to be on your side, Brittany, with this," and so forth. And then it goes to Bronwyn and Whitney. So Bronwyn wasn't on the flight, so Whitney's filling her in now. I love Whitney. She's such a shit stirrer. Like you can see like she kind of like does like kind of she makes it worse than what it is, the way she tells the story. Yeah. And then she was like pulling her hair, and then she was doing like, you know, the way she reads the story. It's amazing. And then, you know, and she's like, "Why we're on the topic of planes now? You know, I know somebody that's not been on the plane too, that's been looking at women. That's not me. And Todd has been like a naughty boy and this, that, and the other." So now we're getting another storyline. It's all going to be about the husbands and this season. Like, just from the trailer alone, you can kind of see there's problems and stuff. So now, and then we kind of get a revelation kind of from Bronwyn, which I was kind of waiting for this in a way, because everybody's been questioning that relationship and how it is panning out, and nobody likes the way Todd is talking to her and talks down to her, and you know, and it's kind of the trauma bond there because he's like the mother and this, that, whatever you want to say about it, like psychologically. And so now we have Bronwyn being like, well, kind of, if we had a conversation about it, like he can kind of maybe, like, I don't know, look at women if he wants to look at women, or if he wants a threesome, maybe I would try it and stuff, you know, so.
But she said something weird, like, if you saw him making out with someone, it's probably because I picked them. And that's where I was like,
oh, did you?
Yeah. And so that's why I was like, well, now hold on a second. Because last year you were crying on another boat talking about this emotional whatever this thing was that you said Todd did. And then at the reunion, she said he didn't do it. And he looked confused at the reunion. And now I'm starting to think maybe that's why. Because I guarantee you he didn't want that to be out there. Most people don't. No. And so I think now, to me, Bronwyn's setting this all up to leave Todd and have something for herself. That's what it feels like.
Do you think so? Oh,
I could be wrong, but I feel like unless they're really good, yeah, but you know what? A lot of times people will get on the show because they feel like at least this is a stepping stone. If she doesn't have the show and she leaves them, then she's really shit out of luck. But now she's got visibility, she's got a platform, so she'll be okay, right? Like she's in the fashion world, she's got connections, she's got, I think, enough. I don't think it's going to happen today. Okay. I don't think it's going to happen instantly, but I do feel like the more she's on the show, I see that she really feeds off the dynamic of what the show gives, which is probably why she's so forward about saying what things are. Like for her to come to the table, yes, I appreciate you came to us and you said it first. So I applaud her for that. But then when she started making it seem like they have an arrangement, but it's just not buttoned down, that's confusing to me.
Okay, yeah. And then she was kind of like, she did an interview and she said like, she was trying to kind of like make it sound kind of nicer. And then she was like, you know what? No, I told him to go sleep in another hotel because I didn't want to see him tonight.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that man went to a different hotel. He looked at her and said, bitch, go upstairs and clean up the dog shit and get out of my face. And she's like, okay, sweetie. Ah. He went to another hotel, right? Like does she look like she has any control in that fucking house? Give me a break.
No, she doesn't. You're right. I just was like, she probably just wanted to appear like the badass, like as in,
right?
He doesn't treat me like this all the time. Like I have a say in this relationship or whatever. You know,
he doesn't do it all the time. Just 6 days out of the week when he's home.
Woo! BravoCon's gonna be great. Then we get to Angie and her daughter. I just love Angie.
Oh my god,
she's just my favorite on there.
You know, I have to give it to her. I said this to her at the last BravoCon. When I saw her, I said, you make me really want to reappreciate my culture. Because I was kind of like her daughter in this episode for a long time. I was born here. My parents are immigrants from there, so they always wanted to force that on me as well. But I do appreciate that she really kind of stands for the Greek culture because I now appreciate it more. So
hold 1 second, Giorgio. Hold 1 second, okay?
Yeah.
Sorry, Giorgio. Sorry.
It's okay. Let me turn my camera back on.
Okay, perfect.
Is that your outfit for BravoCon that just came?
No, I wish it was. No, I had someone cleaning my car, and I told him I'd be done. Actually, I kind of told him I'd be done right around now, but he knocked on my door. I was like, "Oh, I have to pay you." So that's all it was. Okay, perfect. So we're back in. So then, Angie and the daughter, she's basically teaching her about like being Greek and stuff with the Greek sweater on. Like I love her. She's the best.
She's so Greek.
Yeah, she really is. She's so proud of it. No, but you know what I did yesterday? She was on her Instagram and she was with her dad, and they were making like a Greek lemon chicken soup.
Yeah, agua lemano. Yeah.
And then I sent, I posted, I'm like, oh my God, I need to make this. She's like, let's collab. And I'm like, anytime. I said, am I fine to
Have you ever had it?
Demo with you?
Have you ever had the
so
soup?
tasty. It's like with rice in it.
Yeah. But
Well,
it's like really lemony. Like, so if you don't
I agree.
like lemon, then you probably wouldn't like it as much. But like if you do like lemon, it's a banger soup. Like,
Yeah, no, it's. And you know what? When they were making it as well, I was like, you know what? That's such a good idea. Like, I love. You could have it in your fridge. You could have it for a few days in your fridge. It'd be so tasty. I need to make that. We get on to Heather and Lisa. Apparently, Lisa's running late. It's almost like Teddy and Dorito all over again. Like,
I always wonder if they purposely give them different call times because I can't imagine someone being so incredibly late and not even addressing it. Do you know what I mean? Like, it felt like Lisa was getting there on time or a few minutes late, not an hour.
You would think that Lisa would text Heather, be like, "Hey, I'm so sorry, I'm held up," or so anything like that. So that kind of gets her pissed off already before they even start having a conversation, you know? And here's the problem with this. Heather is telling Lisa, this is what Britney said. This is what's going down. I'm just telling you. And then, of course, lo and behold, Lisa Barlow just defend, like deflect. That's not true. Like it's just her reaction just tells me that she's really trying to like cover for Meredith.
And this is to a fault now. Okay. And before I say anything, everyone, I am wearing a Lisa Barlow shirt. Okay. This is my merch.
Yeah.
If I see her, I'm going to be like, go see my therapist. The way Lisa reacts, I used to be like that in my 20s. Yeah. Anytime someone brought anything up negative around me, even if it wasn't directly true, I would flip out because I didn't want to be associated superficially speaking around anything negative. So like when she reacted that way, I was like, oh, it's not worth protecting Meredith to that degree now where you're like,
no,
you know what I mean?
And the way Heather was saying it, Heather was like, I sat with Britney. This is how she felt. This is her feelings. You don't get to tell me like, you don't get to tell her how she should feel. Just take what I'm telling you, take it into account. This is how she felt through the whole trip or the flight or whatever it was. Then she's like, I was just preserving my peace. What kind of fucking answer is that?
Probably because it was like, I think this is what I think, and she's not going to say this for obvious reasons, but I think she was just as, if not more, annoyed that she was sitting next to Meredith while Meredith was acting like that. And I think as soon as she got off the plane, she was like, fuck this. I'm not getting I covered for you as best as I could. Yeah. Like, you were unhinged and crazy. I think they both, Lisa and Meredith, know too much about each other, and they both will go to hell in a handbasket protecting each other to like a fault. And this is one of those times, and I didn't like it because I think this could have been Lisa's stance to stand outside of it and say, actually, it was aggressive. I shouldn't have been that way. But Meredith was also being aggressive, and she was sitting right next. Like, there could have been a number of things, but like, I don't think that it's all Lisa's fault. Did she play into it a little bit? Maybe, perhaps, but she just went AWOL.
Kind of show Meredith like, oh, I'm on your side, so I'm going to kind of be angry with you or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The stories are just so different, like when it comes from Lisa and then the rest of them. And then we move on to another lunch, Mary and Meredith, then the final one. And this was eye-opening to me.
Me too. I wonder if you're going to pick up on something that I picked up on.
But it's very like, it's like gaslighty. They want to deflect from it. They don't want to talk about it because they're guilty. I just, you've been around somebody like that before, as you know, and it's, tell me. She's like, what did she say to her? She's like, well, what do you think happened? Oh, fuck you. I was fucking there. I know exactly what happened. It's that shit. It's like, as in like, you're a crazy person. You tell me. And then she's like, this is the reality. And it's like, no, that's.
I want to say this because I didn't know where you were going to go with that. But now that you've said that, here's what I think. Because if you know Mary in any one-on-one conversation, if you try anything with her, she will light your ass on fire. She doesn't care who you are.
Yes.
I this is just my gut. It's just a theory. I'm not saying this is at all what it is, but it felt like watching Mary's reaction to Meredith not seemingly remember triggered me the way that Mary reacts to her son. And now hold on a second. She was very gentle about making sure, like, wait a minute, Meredith. No, I've seen you mad, but this was different. Yeah. So are you saying you don't remember? Because that's concerning. Like, she was getting like a light bulb. Like, perhaps something else is wrong. Like, do you know what I'm trying to get at?
Yeah.
Like, perhaps maybe there's jokes about Meredith, but I don't know if any of those things are necessarily true. But I'm just saying, like, maybe she's alluding it to the fact that maybe the theory about the Ambien was correct, or maybe she had too much to drink, or something where it's like, it's clearly not bringing out the best in you. But I'm not going to attack you in this moment, which she also made clear. Like, I'm not attacking you, but I also am concerned.
And you what? And it was like, you couldn't fault Mary. Like, she was really just, she's like, oh, like, Meredith, like, no, it went on for a bit. She's like, well, 15 minutes, 30. Like, come on. Like, how long was the flight? You know? And she's like, it was just like, she was like, I watched 2 movies. I slept for an hour. It's like,
no,
she was like, I was there.
No,
like,
Meredith had 2 movies on. That is probably true, but she did not fucking watch them. She was sloshing and screaming and getting up 5 million times to yank that seat. That's what she was doing. Because Mary even said, yeah, I may have been sleeping, but every time I woke up, I could hear you yelling. So, like, over a 5.5 hour flight, if that's what's happening, it feels like you didn't really watch the movies.
Exactly. And then Mary was about to say this. I think I caught the full line, but she was stopped midway through. And this is where you were saying earlier about Mary being like, when I'm done, I'm just going to tell you how it is, regardless of what you say, because I was there. You know, she was saying, she was about to say, or she got midway through, she's like, I'm not here to debate this. Like, we were all there.
Yeah. You know? How can you deny everyone else's experience?
He's like, you can't. And she's like, I want you to remember what happened. She's like, no, Meredith, and stuff like that. You know, she really was just, and like her face when Meredith was trying to tell her, like, oh, it was like 15 minutes. And you could tell Mary's face going like, oh no, like this was fucking like an hour and a half. Probably.
But see, that's why that's why I think it was like, she was kind of giving like the, oh no, something's wrong. Like, yeah. Do you know what I mean? Because it's like, wait a minute, 15 minutes, that's all you felt like that whole situation was, that had Britney with 5 women dragging her off the plane in shambles, getting her through customs. That was 15 minutes.
And like, it's one of those things. Do you know when you have like a few drinks, or you're a bit tipsy or drunk or whatever that, and you like get on the phone with a friend or something, and you end up being on the phone for like 2 hours, and you're like, oh my God, I got to go to bed. We've been chatting for 2 hours, and you really think it's like 20 minutes or 30 minutes tops. So I feel like maybe that's what was going on. I don't know.
Yeah, but all I can say is I'm not saying she was, but if she was on something, it does change the sense of timing as well.
The timeline,
yeah,
for sure. Yeah, absolutely. Before we go, tell everybody where they can follow you, where they can buy your merch, and then I want to ask you, what are you most excited about at BravoCon coming up?
Yeah, you can follow me on Instagram, TikTok, pretty much everywhere at Giorgio Says, and you can shop my merch at giorgiotakanakis.com/shop. Good luck trying to type that in. Yeah, so I think that was it, right? You said you wanted to ask me what I'm looking forward to for BravoCon. Honestly, like,
You'll be there on Friday morning, right?
Yeah.
I'll be there Friday morning. Just look for me. I'll be in all burgundy.
I don't know what I'm wearing yet. I will say this, and this is like no shade. I'm gonna come ready this time. I'm not gonna do the actual, like, I might do a touch up, but I'm not gonna go through the whole bit. But I'm really coming because I want to see Dorinda, like, because do you know what's funny? Her and I are early, like, chatters. She gets up early like me, so like 4:30. Yeah. Her and I, like, and then it's time for coffee, and then we leave for the day. Like, she is my spirit animal, so I'm very much excited to see her in that proximity, because, like, I think it'll be fun for her to, like.
She will. It'll be so fun. Yeah. That'll be fun that morning. Then it starts. I mean, I just like going through the booths and going to the VIP lounge and, you know, having a few drinks and hanging out and then just probably leaving at like 2:00. And I might go back on Saturday as well. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I'm leaving
Sunday
Sunday. My flight leaves on Sunday because I just feel like on Sunday it's kind of like the after party, it feels like, and it's like people are like so hungover and so like
I'm out of there.
dragged.
I'm at that airport at 9:30 in the morning. Yeah,
on Sunday.
I'm back in LA at 10:30. Yeah,
okay, good for you. Last year we stayed until.
No, you gotta get out.
Yeah,
you gotta get out.
Yeah, so that's what we're doing, and that's why I think like it's good we're getting in tomorrow because then like I have the full day, and I won't feel as bad because I'll get 2 full days hopefully of BravoCon.
Everybody, I get in tomorrow morning, and it's so sweet. Like I'm doing 2 or 3 videos, content videos, food videos with Elaine Carroll's Kitchen. If anybody's ever watched
I love that. I love her. Yeah.
She's amazing. You know who I'm talking about.
Yes.
You gotta try it.
Yeah.
So we're doing a collab together. Well, it's more like she's going to be teaching me how to cook, and then I'm going to be doing like finishing touches. We're going to do some fun stuff, but it's going to be like those insane recipes. And yeah, I was like, because I used to chat with her when she had like 20, 30, 40,000 followers, and now she's up to 400,000. So I'm so happy for her. So we're going to do something together. It'd be fun.
That's going to be so fun. I like your the new food content you're doing where you're trying different things with what's that guy's name that you do it with?
Oh, with Chris Ford.
Yeah, it's fun because it's like it feels like you're literally on the spot. It's not produced feeling. You know what I mean?
No, we just play the cameras, we eat the sandwiches, we comment, and that's it. And we just go and I edit it. Yeah.
Before we go, everyone, please do yourselves a favor. If you're in a bad mood today, go listen to Ashley Darby's new single. It's a remix of, I believe, I Will Survive, but it sounds like she's singing into a fan. Like have you ever when you were a kid, did you ever talk into the fan to like have it change your voice? Am I like that old? How old? No, you're my age.
Listen to it now.
But yeah, the preview it's terribly great. Okay. It's terrible, but it's great because it's Ashley Darby and she has the guts to put it out and sing. So I give anybody credit that will do that.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks so much for listening, everybody. And Giorgio, I will see you in a day or two.
Yes.
A day like tomorrow, the day after, or whatever. Yeah.
Inshallah.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, guys.